I might have to do a two-parter, because I really don't know, damn it, what I'm doing for Yasi's challenge. I haven't even picked a song yet. I will do it, I might have to pull like a double feature like with Aaron. I'll make it up to everybody on Tuesday. Even with my challenge, I don't have that much done at all. I feel bad, but I guess I'll make it up. For Aaron's, I was trying to think of this, am I anybody's favorite person? That was the question, right? I don't think that I'm anybody's one favorite person, you know. I'd be willing to say that I'm a favorite of somebody, but not the favorite, you know? I think my friend Bob, Alexis in California, she, I'm definitely one of her favorites. And, have been for quite some time now, but she's one of mine too, so it's cool. I don't sound arrogant that way. So it's mutual there, and that's the other part of the question, right? Who's my favorite? She's one of them. Also, I guess just my other friends, especially, my other friends who are married. I think there's definitely a favorite thing going on there. I'm like, at least one of the favorite of the married couple, because, and it goes the other way too. Because there are times when, you know, they've had really embarrassing kind of personal stories that involved both of them, and the outcome was always like, oh, I can't wait to tell Jess. So, and they're not things that you would normally tell people, but somehow with us it's okay. So yeah, I'd go with that. That's probably my answer. For my challenge, crap, I'll have to include the picture. Yeah, so, hang on a sec. Okay, so after editing for, you know, picture inclusion, this is all I've come up with so far. That's it. I have kind of a face. The right eye is really bugging the crap out of me. And I just dropped my sketch pad. Yes, that's a cat. But yeah, the right eye really seriously bugging me. There's something just not right about it, unless I'm wrong. But yeah, it's going pretty well. Yeah, that's what I'm working on, because, you know, anybody who's a fan of the show is going through a supernatural withdrawal because hiatus induced by the writer's strike. So, that's for my challenge. So, Yasi, I swear I will seriously do your challenge. I'm not trying to get out of it. Though I am wondering what the hell I'm going to do, because, honestly, I am not creative at all. I mean, I guess I am in some ways, but, I mean, I'm artistic but not creative, you know? I can't really come up with things that well, even when I was in dance. Because I can't remember if I mentioned this in my intro video, but I was in dance for like 14 years. But even then, I was one of the people in the group who kind of hung back, and not hung back, but I wasn't one of those ones who was coming up with my own stuff to include in our routines, you know. There were people who did, there were girls who did, and who were really good at it, and I just sucked. Even when we went to Florida, we performed in Disney World back in 2002, and there was a point where, you know, we were putting this show together, and everybody had to come up with their own, you know, combination at one point, and mine was just crap, and it took me like a really long time to come up with it because I just suck at it. So to come up with an interpretive dance is going to be really hard for me, because most of it is just going to be me standing here wondering what to do. So I really have to put a lot more thought into that than most people probably would, because I suck at being creative. So I'm going to probably post that later. I'll maybe do a double feature on Tuesday, hopefully, because I really have a lot of other stuff to get done for, did I just say scuff? I have a lot of stuff to get done for school and everything, and I'm really going crazy. So once I get the majority of it done, and I can sit down and, you know, have fun and think of a way to pull off that challenge, I'll do it. So I owe you, Yasi, even though I hate your challenge, because I suck at this. I still have to do the video game challenge thing, the video game bosses. I'm kind of blanking right now. Probably because I'm tired, but best and worst, right? Best would have to be, you know, it was really easy. Actually, a few of the bosses, at least in the beginning of Super Mario 2 for, was that the original? Yeah, for the first Nintendo system. Like there was the, what was his name? There was the rat. It was like Bomber or something. It was so easy. And what was the other one called? The one with the egg? I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. But a couple of those were really easy. They were probably the best ones. Worst? You know what game? My brother has a lot more experience with this. But the games with the worst bosses are the Mega Man games. The ones for, like, you know, the original Nintendo. I think there's Super Nintendo too. Like, the original Mega Man series. Not just because of difficulty, which some of them were really hard, but the really sucky thing about the Mega Man games, I never really had much experience with getting to this point, but I know I watched my brother play so many times, and he went crazy because the Mega Man games always had this thing where you went through all these stages and you beat all these bosses, and then you finally got to the guy, you got to Dr. Wily, and, you know, he was like the bad guy. He was it. But when you went to fight him, you had to fight all of the other bosses that you fought before, right before you fought him, all in a row, back to back to back to back, and then fight him. And then, not only did you have to fight him after you fought all those guys, if you got through them all, like, back to back to back, then he also had, like, 3 stages that he went through. Like, you would beat him, and then he'd come back in a different machine, and then you'd beat him again, and then come back in another machine, and you had to beat him, like, 3 or 4 times until he was finally dead, and it took so freaking long, and it drove my brother crazy, and I watched him, and I can see why it drove him crazy. I didn't even attempt it because it's just that bad. He eventually did beat, like, all of them, I think, which is a pretty huge accomplishment. He talks about it with our friend Andrew, who's way into video games too, and he's, like, really respected for beating those Mega Man games because they were a pain in the ass. So that's gotta be the worst in terms of bosses that I know of. I think that's all that I have. So yeah, Mega Man is a bitch. So yeah, again, Yasi, I owe you, and I will see you on Tuesday.